Hi guys, welcome to Archaeology and Travel with Zorica. Today I'm going to talk about the beauty habits of the ancient Romans. You have probably heard about some of them, but you have to prepare your stomach for what comes next. In order to better understand the beauty habits of the ancient Romans, we have to take a look at historic facts. From the time of kings and republic, Rome has changed a lot and grown into a deliberate conglomerate of nations, incorporated almost the entire known world. Conquering the ancient states like Greece and Egypt inevitably brought back the accomplishments of these cultures to Rome. To be precise, Rome was not the home of makeup nor perfumes, but once the elite saw the opportunity to accent the beauty ideal and to preserve the beauty, they have accepted the beauty trends from Greece and Egypt. That way they started using some good products. Afterwards came the tendency to distinguish the elite from poor, not just by the wealth, but using a personal display. The idea to express the nobility through the white skin led the ancient Romans to some dangerous practices which caused them to severe problems with health and, in some cases, even death. The white skin was very important to ancient Roman women because it was a sign of status. The use of lead to bleach the skin caused them severe health issues. The powder ladies used to whiten the skin was not durable nor thermo-resistant, and they ended up as a subject of jokes during the hot summer days. Another skin bleaching product was so-called crocodilea, which was nothing but the crocodile dung. After successful face bleaching, Roman women applied moisturizer or anti-wrinkle treatment. Wrinkles, freckles, and skin blemishes were not acceptable in the ancient Roman society. Ovid states that the ancient Romans used swan fat, as's milk, and axle geese to remove wrinkles. Galen states that the ancient Romans used honey to fix the skin imperfections. This must have been practice inherited from the ancient Egyptians. I will cover this subject in depth in one of the future videos. The use of makeup was favorable in the ancient Roman society, even though there were many sarcastic comments about using makeup during the rainy and summer season. Wearing a makeup was an essential activity in the life of ancient Roman patrician women. Those of noble origin even had a skillful attendant called ornatics to adorn them. Blushing cheeks were considered as a proof of good health. That is why they use cinnabar and minium to blush the cheeks. The use of these two components caused them severe health issues and social stigmatization. Those with more experienced beauty stylists used the mixture of rose and poppy petals to blush the cheeks. I would note here that the crocodile dung, so-called crocodilea, was used as a base for lipstick. Can you imagine kissing a girl wearing that kind of lipstick? White teeth were also a must when we talk about wealthy Romans. To get the idea about the importance of white teeth to ancient Romans, let me recall the ancient statement of Ovid. He said, "You can do yourself an untold damage if you laugh and your teeth are black, too long, or irregular." Black teeth were common for poor people. The members of elite who have lost their teeth had an alternative. From special cement paste, ivory, and bone, dentists made a fake teeth to make their clients socially acceptable. Patricians usually used a toothpaste toothbrushes and pastilles to sweeten the breath. In ancient Roman society, hair was considered favorable for both sexes. Those who have lost their hair over time used several medicaments in order to make their hair grow again. Some of them included animal fat, especially of bear and sheep. One of the weirdest prescriptions included rat's head, rat's excrement, hellebore and pepper. Even though they used everything mentioned above, many Romans, both sexes, actually lost their hair, which caused them to start wearing wigs. Now we have to bear in mind that those wigs were not looking natural, and the owner of these wigs ended up as a subject of jokes. Ovid states that the ladies should keep all the doors well guarded in order to prevent slipping the wig off head due to the draft. For combing hair, ancient Romans used wooden, ivory or tortoise shell combs. Plautus states that the use of curling iron was attested in 2nd century BC. In fact, both sexes were using them. Body hair was removed as a part of hygiene. Women were using a blood of bats to get rid of body hair. Sounds awkward? They also used bryonia, pumice stone and razor to get rid of the body hair. During the early days of Republic, shaving beard was not popular, and men who would spend much effort in grooming would suffer a massive ridicule. Later on, in the 2nd century BC, aesthetic fashion has changed under the influence of Scipio Africanus, and shaving beard became popular, at least for the elite. Plebeians and slaves, so-called servi, kept their beards because it was almost impossible for a man to shave himself without using any help. Rome was famous as a home of many barber shops across the town. Many of them were popular as the masters of their crafts, while the others, like Antiochus and Subura, were on a very bad reputation. Roman poet Martial from the 1st century AD was not satisfied with the treatment at the Antiochus barber shop. He wrote that only those who want to descend to the underworld would went to Antiochus barber shop. Apparently, the scars he has got were worse than he would suffer from boxer or sharp nails of fierce wife. I wonder how did he knew that? In one of his poems, Martial speaks about Lady Gala. He said, "You live at home, Gala, but not your beauty that lives at Chemix. Your hair was made in a faraway Germany, and your teeth are in the boxes just like your dresses. When you get into the bed, the rest of you is boxed up in the hundreds of boxes. Even your face is somewhere else." To conclude the story about the ancient Romans, I would note here that as the aesthetic fashion changed, many other traditions changed. To follow the hairstyle fashion, sculptors were forced to model the sculptures with removable hair. I hope that you have liked this video and that you have enjoyed watching it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Also, if you are not subscribed yet, you can do it just by clicking the red button below this video. Thank you for your time. See you in the next video. Bye bye!